Just a little bit more here around engagement as it predicts plan satisfaction, and a couple of quick examples here. The one on the left talks about the percent of members actually terminating from a plan and its direct correlation with those that actually engage with and authenticate on a phone call. So in this example, those that do not authenticate are over 42% more likely to terminate from the plan. So less engagement is a direct correlation with terminations. On the second example to the right, this was, in this case, an automated phone call that went out to remind folks to get a flu shot. We actually piggybacked onto that reminder call, a quick satisfaction survey. 1 to 10, how satisfied are you with your health plan? Those who said, I'm getting a shot, I'm engaged, gave the plan a 7.5 rating on a 1 to 10 scale. Those who said, I'm not getting the shot, gave a 6.5. So it's probably no surprise that better plans have more engaged members, and it may seem like a chicken or the egg sort of problem, but engagement and plan quality definitely are linked. And members not receiving relevant, meaningful communications don't engage. So every communication is an opportunity to help or hurt. And obviously, we want to make sure that every communication is helping. Here, I'm just going to walk through an example again, back to that funnel around segmentation and how do we message then effectively to ensure we're hitting the right mark with everyone when we're communicating. When we talk about segmentation, here's an example for preventive screenings. Again, we want to start with behavior and focus on the action we're trying to drive to create that actionable segmentation. This is a great way to start thinking about these kinds of communication outreaches. If I look at my far left achievers, these are folks that are always engaged. My message to them is much more like a reminder, a traditional reminder to go get a screening, because these are people who already have a primary care physician selected, they've completed their annual well visit, they're historically up to date on their screenings, versus the far right, folks who are completely disengaged. Let's not give them the same message, right? There should be 5 different segments of messaging here and 5 different tactics to engage. If they're on the far right and disengaged, they probably have no primary care physician. So let's start there. Let's make that our first step to actually select the PCP for them and then begin from that starting block. So again, the one size fits all, we want to make sure we're using data, like we saw back in the funnel, to inform these segments so we can then use that messaging opportunity really wisely.